Hello everyone, my name is Affiuk Anniedum and you are welcome to Isaac's Educators. And I'm pleased you would agree with me that the world is changing, the world is moving, and as teachers, we cannot stick to the traditional way of teaching alone. It means that we need to know a lot of things to spice up our, teaching careers and also help our students and prepare them for the world ahead of us. There are a lot of things changing. The tech industry is changing. The food industry is changing. So why don't we also do something or learn something new to help us stand out when we find ourselves amidst numerous teachers or other professionals? The traditional way of teaching or the traditional way of education has done a lot for us. So let me ask you this question. What do you think if we find ourselves around the new trends? The AIs and the tech field, and then get some ideas, add up to our traditional way of teaching and educating our future leaders, and then spice up our way of work in order to prepare them for the great world ahead. So let's look at a few trends or a few tech trends to help your students. Now, what are some of the things that you can do as a teacher, or what are some of the trends that you can apply as a teacher to help your students be outstanding out there? Well, let's look at blended learning. If you're a teacher and you are able to understand and implement blended learning is the approach that helps you, the teacher, to be able to put together the traditional way of teaching and then online resources and digital tools to help your student get the most out of the lesson you are teaching at the particular time, and even the way you're going to educate them throughout the course or the year. With blended learning, the teacher focuses or the facilitator focuses on flexibility of education. Very importantly, in a world where today technology has been the source of everything. So, for example, the traditional way is teach the student, open the books, teach them, let them understand, and then let them know what they are supposed to do. So, for instance, if you have the idea of blended education, and that is where you are able to use some online resources. Normally in my classroom, I don't only use books to teach. So blended education opens up the teacher's ideology, the teacher's mentality, the teacher's scope of understanding, so that the teacher doesn't rely only on the materials available. That is the textbooks, the workbooks, the sheets printed, but the teacher is also able to go online with the kids, find suitable activities. My name is Affiuk Anniedum. And if you found this lesson really, really amazing, why don't you leave it with a subscribe and also like, share your comments, share your ideas, and also please share the video to other teachers online for the students to be able to get involved in. Normally, kids love activities, but when the activity is involved in going online, doing something IT, come on, the kids are always ready to get involved and to learn more. And then let me tell you, this class is never, never, never dull. It is always active throughout from the beginning to the end. And amazingly, than the teacher can even expect, it helps the teacher achieve their objectives, because your objectives at the end of the day is that the students should be able to understand and implement or apply the knowledge gained. And at the end of the day, you are going to receive that, or you are going to be able to achieve that, because what you did fell into the interest of the students. And then the students were able to learn more because they loved what was happening in the classroom at that particular moment. So please, as a teacher, don't forget to implement blended learning. You can start this week, you can start next week. Any lesson you plan to teach, don't forget to implement or to inculcate the blended learning system. get activities online, get some things online to help the students or to draw the attention, the full attention of the students to your lesson in order for the students to be able to harness the knowledge you want them to get. Point, let's look at something we call experimental learning. I find it very displeasing and very sad sometimes when I see that some teachers don't want to be innovative. The teachers don't want to be creative. In the world we are today, these kids, I call them the computer kids. These kids are kids who really want, I've said it over and over and over in some of my videos, that the kids really want to do something that will cause them to release energy. And so the teacher has to create space for the student to be able to burn this energy directly or indirectly. So the experimental learning takes education beyond the textbook settings, beyond to a place where the students is able to have real interaction with the environment they live in. In other words, I can say hand-on experience. So for instance, when you are teaching something like social or societal hygiene, you have to plan in your lesson that at a point in time, you have to take the students out, take them to the field, let them look at the environment. What is wrong with the environment? Oh, teacher, I can see there are a lot of trash on the field. Okay, so if there are a lot of trash on the field, what do we do? Now, you divide the class into two teams. You say, okay, so team one, take this part of the field. Team two, take that part of the field. And then let's see who is going to be able to clean their part of the field within the next 5 minutes. And then you let them decide and also pick up leaders for themselves. You don't do that. You allow them to do it. That is why I say experimental learning. Allow them to practice the things they have known over and over and over again. So with the experimental learning, you can fuse it with project-based learning. And then the two together, you can prepare an activity even at the end of the lesson or in the middle of the lesson or in the middle of the course or at the end of the course. And the students always know that, oh my God, we are waiting for this part of the lesson. We are waiting for that because the students always want to get out. So at least put to play the experimental way of learning. It's not like every time or in all of your classes, but at least you can let it be 3 times in the year, or you can let it be, it depends on you, the teacher, 6 times in the year. That is in the middle of the course, at the end of the course, in the middle of the course, at the end of the course, and in the middle of the course, and at the end of the course. 6 times, or only at the end of the courses. That is 3 times, depending on the number of times students go to school in your country. You can do that. I know some people practice trimesters, others practice semesters. So if it is a semester, it means you're going to have 4 times. If it is a trimester, you're going to have 6 times. If it's a semester, you can plan to have it 2 times. And if it is a trimester, you can plan to have it 3 times. So please remember, experimental learning helps the students to get involved in activities that are beyond the classroom and the textbook settings, and give them the opportunity to have a feel of the environment. So therefore, remember that the experimental learning prepares the student for a lifetime, experience.